We passed along the stair. Spoken was a word. Whenever I start screaming, there's hammers that start pounding without fail. We passed along the stairs. Spoken was a word. Although I wasn't there, said I was his friend, which came as a surprise. I spoken to his eyes. I thought you died alone a long, long time ago. Oh no, not me. I never lost control. The face to face with the man who sold the world. I laughed at your descent, made my way back home, searched for foreign lands. For years and years I roamed and gazed a gazer stare with multi-millionaires. I must have died a long, long time ago. Oh no, not me. I never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world. What's up, Trinity? How you doing? Uh, right on. Nice to see you. Doing any activism today on a Sunday? I really loved what I saw you doing there at the gathering you were at, if I'm not mistaken, where you were talking about flat Earth. Bro, cool, cool, bro. Okay, I get it. Where was I on that? I'm trying to give you a wrench there. There you go. Kind of moving slow today. Thought I'd just play a few songs. Wow. Well, round trip in what? On foot? Hi, Sue. Is that you? Hi, Sue F. Nice to see you. 400 kilometers. That's quite a jaunt. What were you doing? You must have been driving. Oh, okay. So you got to do a little road trip. I'm gonna do a little road walk up the street here in a little bit. I might do that live, so I have someone to talk to while I'm doing it. Uh, for some reason, I wanted to play some music, but as soon as I started, these guys started pounding with a hammer across the street. So we'll see if I can get through a song without having loud hammering noises. I love these guys. I'm not like mad or anything. Bad timing. If I had the world to give, I'd give it to you as long as you live. Would you let it fall or hold it all in your arms? If I had a song to sing, I'd sing it to you as long as you live. A lullaby, maybe a soft serenade. Wouldn't you laugh, dance or cry, or be afraid at the change you made? Maybe I don't have much to give, but maybe I have a song or two. Only if you let me be your world, could I ever give this world to you? Could I ever give this world to you? Could I ever give this world to you? I don't know where I'm going with that. Let's see. Well, Sue's here. Maybe I should play something cooking. Jim Lotus was cracking, my buddy. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Oh, now they started with the skill saw. Right on. I've seen so many saws come through here. I've seen them all. I've seen chop saw, skill saw, table saw, jigsaw, hacksaw, handsaw, bow saw, bandsaw. I've seen saws. I've seen saw before. I've seen saw part 4. I don't want to see saw anymore. He came. We saw him. He saw us. And we saw dust. Those movies Saw are just so disturbing. I don't know why anybody would want to watch that shit. It's just like, oh, for God, it's just horrid. It just makes you go, ugh. Kind of wonder about the guy that wrote those movies. Like, what's going on in that dude's head? Maybe he's just trying to make money. I don't know. Those people like gross shit. This thing doesn't sound too good. Yeah. Well, I wish I was out on Rocky Top, out in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smoky smog on Rocky Top, ain't no telephone bill. Once I had a girl on Rocky Top, half bear, the other half cat. She was wild as me, but sweet as soda pop. I still dream about that. Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Oh, Rocky Top, Rocky Top. Rocky Town will always be home sweet home to me. Oh, Rocky Town, Tennessee. Yeah. Well, I lived years of cramped up city life, trapped like a duck in a pen. All I know is it's that pity life can't be simple again. Rocky Top will always be home sweet home to me. I always fuck up that chorus, it's so hard. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Pardon me. You wear a mohawk in Mac's name. Oh, right on. Mac. Talking about Mac. What's his name now? The Canadian flat earther guy. Mac. Well, I remember. What was his handle again? We're probably talking about the same guy, right? Yeah, me and Jim, we go way back, man. I think I met you on Mikey Smith's channel many years ago. That's where I first saw you, and I started watching your shows. I'll never forget your show about the Godhead at the North Pole. I thought that was so rad. It really left an effect on me. I had never even heard that before. You know how I know the Earth is flat and stationary? Well, other than my just basic observations, um, is when I finally just thought about it, and I'm like, well, there's an outward expanse that moves outward in every direction. Just imagine this. Just it goes outward in every direction, outward, and it just widens. There's more and more places. Like if you had an outward expanding perimeter, there'd be more and more places that were fitting into that perimeter, and it would start to encompass more and more area. And it would just expand outward. There'd be more and more area. There'd be oceans within it. There'd be deserts over here. There'd be a jungle over here. There'd be countries and continents all, and it expands further and further out. And the further out you get, like it just the more stuff. Like basically, just imagine Earth like it's a big piece of property. It is. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff here and a bunch of land and oceans and whatever. And there's a perimeter that goes around all of it. There has to be. How would that outward expanding perimeter start to close back up ever? Because all that space is always going to be within it. How are you ever going to start to get a smaller perimeter around the outside of it all and have it start to shrink down back to another central location somewhere else? How's that going to really work in real life? Like all that space is always going to be within that big perimeter. You're never going to be able to make all that space shrink away. Like, how are you going to make it smaller? How are you going to make that perimeter that's expanding outward start to shrink back down somewhere else? It doesn't sound like what we would see. Like, I just don't think that's possible. I don't think that's something that anybody really. Well, for one, I don't think many people even think about that. I've never really heard anybody talk about that, really. I just kind of had that epiphany one day. I'm like, wait, so we're supposed to think that you could go draw like these latitude circles on the face of the earth that get bigger and bigger and bigger as you move out from the North Pole. And then once you get to the equator, that's the biggest circle you can make on the face of the Earth. And then what? Like you got to think about it. Like if you were there in real life, it'd just be like you are anywhere else. You know, you'd just be making a line, you know, and coming all the way back to where you started. You know, a circle essentially. And as far as like what do you do after that? I mean, there's more Earth beyond that, but the biggest circle you can make on the face of the Earth is encompassing half the Earth. That just that fucks with my head to no end. I mean, that's why I never really can go back to the globe Earth because I gotta have some sort of that's gotta make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if the Earth turned out to be how they say it is, I would have to accept that. But for right now, I don't feel like that's been demonstrated, and I can't even logically demonstrate it in my mind. I mean, don't get me wrong, the globe model was designed very carefully, and there's a lot of really brilliant math and observations. You know, it's not some haphazard like dumb thing that was put together. It's brilliant, but it's not a proven fact. It's just a model, and so therefore it's up for debate. The psyop with all this was allowing flat Earth to be debated. That wasn't what was up for debate. It was the heliocentric model. That's what was up for debate. Flat Earth is just the title that was given to the people that were like questioning that, or just like that's just the objective reality. We should have just claimed objective reality, and we don't think that the heliocentric model is that. And you know, I go so far as to say I think it's just a plane. We live on a level plane that's stationary. That seems more logical to me, and to think that all these motions are taking place while the Earth just remains perfectly undisturbed by all of it. That's a huge leap of logic. Yeah, I do understand the observations of the sky can be interpreted that way if you so desire, but like I don't know that that's really. It's just an interpretation. You can infer that's what's happening, but you can't necessarily prove that by. It could just as easily be the other way around. Like you could be looking at a fancy light show, or you could be on a ball that's spinning and flying and doing all these tiltings and wobblings. I mean, I understand the tilt and wobble and everything, and I do. It's brilliant, really, because the analemma. Like if you go out and take note of where the sun is at a certain time every day, and you carefully do it meticulously, you'll see this pattern that the sun is making is like waving. It's like a wavy. It's not a straight line. It's a wavy line. It's the analemma, they call it, and that's the result of this alleged tilt of Earth that causes the alleged wobble, which is why you can't go anywhere. You can't go to either pole on Earth and see the sun just sit there in one spot above your head in the sky. Where like that's what you would expect if you're on a spinning ball and you're facing the sun. There would be one spot you could go at the pole where you could see the sun sit there in one spot above your head. They say there's no motion at the poles, but that doesn't really, that's not succinct with their model though, really, because there has to be motion if the sun's moving around in the sky, which it is at the poles. It's making a circle, and that's because of the alleged tilt that causes this wobble. The analemma is kind of like a profile image of that. But we're just looking at patterns. It's not. I don't know why people still hang on that argument that the globe model predicts things when we've just been compiling data for fucking as long as humans have been here, and so we're just looking at patterns that's why it's predictable, because it's a pattern. it's a reliable pattern. You can call it a prediction, or you can just call it like observing a pattern and relying on this predictability of it, like this, the fact that it's happens like that. We're not on the right calendar to be able to see it as easily. Like I think the lunar calendar really, it demonstrates it. You have a better. I can't really speak too too well on that, because I was just recently shown that on Globebusters show. I guess it was the last show of the season. The Globebusters show was really good. I recommend watching it, because they were discussing the old world clocks and how they're all like the Antikythera, whatever, these old world clocks were on a way more accurate calendar where they had the cycles all dialed in, and the eclipse cycles. I don't know if it was a lunar calendar, if it was an eclipse calendar. I forget what it was exactly, but it's a shame that we're not on that calendar anymore. But there's reasons for that. I mean, I think really at the root of it all, there's like sun worship. All religions, all the solar system and the heliocentric model and the solar calendar, and we're just like at the root of it all. There's like these sun worshiping people that have this agenda to get everybody worshiping their science. But they're actually religious people. They're not really very scientific when it comes down to it. I mean, I do realize there's plenty of people that are practicing real science within those institutions or whatever, but when you have a paradigm that you're operating within, it becomes easy to get everybody on board. What's weird though is like, I should think people would take more note of the fact that our view of the heavens has always been pretty much the same. For us to have been like, spiraling and wobbling through a vacuum, a void, like full of different haphazard things going on, I would think that our view of the heavens would have changed over, to some degree at least. But it's so predictable and it's so reliable that it doesn't lend itself to a haphazard sort of, we're just jamming through the galaxy, just flying through, like corkscrewing through this void. It's really kind of, it becomes difficult to believe. Well, for me, it becomes impossible to believe because, I mean, if they really wanted me to believe it, they shouldn't have done so much cheesy fake space crap. They could have just not done any of that. I might have been more liable to believe it. But like once the people that were tasked with like showing us the globe Earth in all its glory, they failed so badly that that's kind of why there are flat earthers, why there's such a huge flat Earth. There's such a huge percentage of the population. It's a growing number of people that have become flat earthers. Did you watch Jaronism's video he posted last night? It was titled, "This guy reminds me of why I became a flat earther," or why I was a flat earther, or something like that. And it's interesting. It's an interesting watch because you can see Jaron's getting kind of pissy at a glober, and he's like going kind of. I could see he's kind of sort of resenting the glober community again. It was sort of like seeing the old Jaronism surface all of a sudden. It was an interesting watch for sure. I mean, because he's been so mercilessly harping on the flat Earth people as of late that it was weird to watch him sort of revert to his old ways. It was funny because it's kind of hard to it's hard to be like sympathetic towards the guy, Whatever. It is what it is, unless it isn't, then it ain't. After years and years and years of what appears to be research, dirty work, digging in the earth, reworking things for what it's worth. It seems we found out that there's nothing to find out. You see, the fact is we don't know the facts. The fact is we don't know the facts. But we've been acting like we do for so long now. to figure it out. Pretty much the only thing that we can say for sure that is true is that time catches up with you. Yeah, time catches up with you. It catches up with you. You're young now, but soon you'll be 52. Time catches up, it doesn't stop. It's like a watch that ticks, it doesn't talk. You gotta keep your eye on the clock. It is what it is, unless it isn't, then it ain't. You're gonna faint from being so stressed. I guess if you wanna take some time off your feet, that's fine, but you better try not to miss a beat, because forward is the only way through. And time catches up with you, it catches up with you. Time catches up, don't you know? Time catches up with you, it catches up with you. Time catches up, look, there it goes. Well, there once was a point when I thought you were on point, but now it's gotten to the point where you're just pointing at some new pointless moot point, and it's disappointing to me. Too many tall talking tyrants have told too many tall tales, and they tuck their tails and turn and veil themselves straight to the top. And the talk of the town is that it's toppling down. But then they'll triple down, say, no, look, you're tripping. This shit right here's still dripping. Don't knock it till you rock it. Keep your comments in your pocket. Better stop it, don't mock it before we mop the floor with your dumb ass. Kick you out the door and lock it. Well, your think tank needs more thinking and less tanking. Excuse me. Many man-made mandates have been made mandatory for mindless minions' opinions to be fixed next to none on a short bus for one. I got no reason to believe. I got no reason to believe. 8,000 miles below the ground, there's people living their lives, and they're upside down. Got no reason to believe. 8,000 miles below my feet, some kid's riding his bike upside down the street. That seeing is believing, and I don't seem to see it, so I just don't believe it. Belief is the enemy of knowing. You best be showing me something you expect me to know. I got no reason to Upside down. When the veil has been lifted and you're no longer blind, you realize you believe in nothing but lies, and the clown show's gotten way over the line. I do believe it's time to pack it up, pack it in, back the fuck up on out of your garage. Time to get the fuck out of Dodge. I gotta go change my shirt. I'm getting all hot. I'm gonna walk up the road to the store and I'll turn my live stream back on so I can have some folks to chat with while I do so. Thanks for watching me though. That wasn't very entertaining. I do realize this. I'm waking up still.